Hi there, this is Heather of Shutterbug 101. Today we'll be doing something a little bit different. For the first time, we're doing a product review. So today I am going to be comparing the ANDYCINE RGB Pocket Light to the Savage RGB Pocket Light. This being double the price of this one. Let's get started. So today, as you can tell, we're not going to be discussing cameras, we're going to be discussing accessories. So an RGB light, which stands for red, green, blue, is actually going to be a light that you can change all the colors of the rainbow and even more. It helps you to be able to get creative shots both for photos and video. They also have presets to them, so like one's police lights, which is, by the way, completely illegal to use other than for creative video in your backyard or something like that. Never use it in a case where you're trying to make it look like you're a police person. I just want to put that out there, even though it should be common sense. Come on, guys. Both of these have the capability of capturing 360 different colors. They have different strobe options, different presets. So along with the police lights, they have like party or rainbow or, you know, different fades, or if you're trying to get like red and green flashing, you know, so just different ones preset, which we'll go over some of those today and how they look. We're also going to go over a comparison of brightness. We're going to go over a comparison of size, looks, feel. These guys are brand new, so we're going to unbox them today, see how the packaging looks. In the end, the ANDYCINE is going to be about 70 bucks. This guy is going to be about 120, so almost twice the price. We're going to see if paying twice the price is really worth it, or if this guy is going to be just about enough for you and you'll save some money. So let's go ahead and unbox the both of these and kind of see the setup here. But before we do that, let's go ahead and just kind of compare the information on the box itself. So as you can see, we have 360 colors, 360 colors, OLED screen, which I believe that this one does have one as well. Type-C charger, so does this one. So far so good. Both are pretty much exactly the same. So when we do see this 3000 to 6500 Kelvin rating, that's going to be the warmer to cooler option without the RGB, so it's the temperature control. So on this one, while you are limited to 3000 to 6500, on the ANDYCINE here, we can see that it is actually going to be 2500 to 7000. So it actually has a little bit more options on the ANDYCINE option. It also says right on the box that it does have 7 special effects, which this one does too. We'll find out exactly how many there are and the comparison in between the two. The biggest difference I can see between these two, just from the outside of the box, is this one does have a app control option, which allows you to remote control the light right from your phone. On your cell phone itself, it's supposed to automatically be able to detect and connect with the Savage Light Manager app on your cell phone. So we'll go ahead and we'll test that out as well. So opening up the boxes here, let's go ahead and start with the ANDYCINE light. Looks like we have an inspection pass tag. It looks like it does come with a little microfiber cloth. That's pretty neat. Comes with a operation manual. As far as I can tell, it'll tell you all of the specs in there, the overview from the R1 model, what it does, shows you the hue, the brightness, the saturation, the different effects, the battery level, how it all is supposed to be, how it's all supposed to look, the terms of warranty, which looks like it has a 1-year warranty from the date of purchase, which is pretty neat. All right, so it does come with that. And it looks like it comes with a little personal message from one of the ANDYCINE team as well. Looks like we have the charging cable here. So like I said, these both are going to be USB-C charged, which is fantastic. So it should give a nice quick charge for you, that way you can be on your way. And then we have, it looks like it comes with a mount, so you can actually mount it on top of your camera, which is really neat. So if we open this up here, so you see that this piece is actually built to slide onto your hot shoe on your camera, and then you screw this part into the light itself. And then to the light itself, oh, and it looks like it comes with a little carrying storage case, which is nice. So we have that, and we have the light itself, which is surprisingly for $70 is actually metal. It feels durable in my hands. As you can see, size comparison compared to an iPhone 11, you know, it's actually smaller. So built to be travel friendly, pocket sized, which is pretty excellent. So it looks like it is very clearly labeled, which I absolutely love. I've seen a couple other models of these guys from other makers that, you know, I don't bother using because it's not properly labeled, and it's just like, I don't even want to take the time to learn it because it's gonna, you know, if it's not properly labeled, how are you supposed to ever remember these things? So it looks like we have our on and off switch here. We have our mode dial. We have a push dial here, which is going to go back and forth for our selections, whether it be hue or mode. There's our USB-C charging port. That's where we're going to put the screw mount in for this guy here. And that's pretty much it. Going through this model here, if we turn it on, you can see that it's already really bright. And we'll do a brightness comparison as well. So we can see that we have our temperature control, so we can see it getting warmer. We can see it getting colder, which it does look like it jumps a bit. Now, if you're just switching, looks like it does it 50 steps at a time, which is nice. It may not jump as much. All right, our mode dial here looks like we can choose our different hues. So if we just keep going, it'll looks like it kind of jumps from color to color unless you go one by one to kind of pick your selection. But if you just hold the dial there, it does look like it can jump from color to color a little bit. It's not a super solid gradation. It'll just kind of hop. If we hit this mode, it looks like we have 7 different effects, anywhere from party mode to looks like an ambulance. This one looks like it is blue and white. This one looks like it is red and white. This one looks like it's just a regular strobe, a bit of a faster strobe. This looks like it's our nice rainbow option, where this one's going to be a lot smoother. And then if you actually push down on the dial, that'll switch you from brightness to temperature there. So you have temperature, you have your 360 hues, and then you have the effects mode. Overall, pretty impressed so far with this guy here. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the Savage. Okay, so going to the Savage light, you can see the light is right on top here. So we'll open that up last. We have our instruction booklet. Very similar layout of how the smaller operation manual on the ANDYCINE went, where it was telling you where everything was. This also covers quite a bit of the application as well when you're controlling it wirelessly, which of course the ANDYCINE doesn't do, but whether or not you would use that option is, you know, totally up to you. We do have, this one does come with a actual travel brick to use the USB in, which the other one did not, but as many accessories as we have when it comes to phones and other accessories that come with these power bricks, you know, I'm sure that everyone has a ton of these, so it's not super necessary, but we do have a nice braided cable that is a little bit longer than the one that comes with the ANDYCINE option. And then this one here does come with a very similar part that goes on top of the camera, where it does mount on the camera. Again, this one does not have, come on. Right, another piece that mounts on top of the camera. Again, this one does not have the screw mount at the bottom, so you know, you won't be able to put it on a light stand, but this one does have the available ball head, which honestly, I would personally rather have this guy. That's my own personal opinion, because I find that a lot of people have issues with these ball head attachments, with this screw stripping, and so, I mean, that's all going to be preference to you. And then this one also does come with its own personal case as well. So if we take the light out here. So this one does have a bit more when it comes to the back here. Instead of a on and off switch at the top, we have the on and off switch on the back here. Instead of having the mode button, it actually has a menu button on the back. It looks like you can have it switch with this button here from hue to regular Kelvin temperature when it comes to making it warmer or cooler. And then you can actually have this directional pad to choose what you want with the confirmation OK button versus just having the adjustment wheel here. But it does have a very similar size screen. This is a little bit bigger. It does have the screw mount at the bottom there. That's where your USB-C port is going to be. On the back here, you can see it does have quite a bit more information. You do see the battery level at the top, but it does tell you exactly how much time you have left with the current settings that it's at. So right away when you turn it on, you're going to be able to adjust the hue, which you're just going to adjust left or right. It does tell you if you're going to go toward more green, more blue, more red, depending on which direction that you hold it in. This one does get a little bit jumpy as well, but that's because it tends to speed up a little bit. So in the comparison of just going through the colors, I'm going to say they're roughly about the same. If we hit the menu here, it's a little bit difficult to see because the writing is so small. This one's going to be fade, so if we select fade, then we have red fade, we have yellow, or no, I'm sorry, rainbow fade, we have green fade, blue fade, yellow fade, all of those fade options. This is going to be strobe, of course, which I don't want to spend too much time in this one, but you can do different color strobes. You have pulse, which is going to be different colors, so you have red and green. You have rainbow pulse, kind of like a little party mode there, red and blue, so, you know, very similar to police lights. Green and blue, and then you have like a bi-color pulse, which is interesting. And then, of course, we have the scene, which is going to be very similar to the modes that you see on here. So we have party, so that's going to be the same as the ANDYCINE. We have police car, so again, very similar. TV light, that one's going to be pretty unique to the Savage light, where, you know, if you're, say, shooting a video and you want it to look like someone is watching TV, this is the light that you would use. We have, let's see, lightning, so it'll periodically flash white, as you can see, so you can give the illusion of lightning going on. You have explosion, which looks pretty neat. Looks like we have fireworks, which is really cool too, so give the illusion that we're watching fireworks. And then we have firelight as well, which is going to give the illusion of sitting in front of a campfire or a fire in the fireplace, that sort of thing. So when it comes between these two, the ANDYCINE is going to be a little bit smaller, as you can see. Thickness is going to be about the same. It's not going to be too far off, which is good. Now if we are going to compare the brightness here, so if we're going to compare the brightness on these, what I did find out is while the ANDYCINE is going to allow you to change your Kelvin number, this one here, you actually just have to lower your saturation, which I thought was interesting. So on the contrary to what I had talked about in my walkthrough video, now that I'm doing the actual B-roll here, I did find out a way to control the Kelvin temperature with the Savage light. And unfortunately, I think it's kind of a really dumb way to get to it. So if you're on strobe or fade or scene even, where you're using the very colorful lights and you hit menu, so for example, let's go to rainbow fade, let's hit menu here, let's hit menu again, it's going to go right back to that screen that I was showing you guys. However, if we do go to menu, we go to pulse, we go to bicolor pulse here, and then we hit menu and menu again, all of a sudden we're into Kelvin temperatures. So if there's an easier way to get to this and you guys know about it, please let me know, because this so far has been the only way that I have found out. But just so you know, if you wanted to change the Kelvin temperature, this is how you get it. If we go 100% brightness on each of these, you can tell just by the light that comes off of the white mat that the ANDYCINE actually has an ability to get brighter, which I think is really interesting. So it's going to have a stronger output than the Savage will. So while the Savage does have more abilities to get you different videography shots, the ANDYCINE is actually going to be much better if you're really focusing in on photography aspect, which I think is interesting. So on top of the 360 colors that both of these offer, Savage offers the fire setting, the party setting, the police setting, the TV setting, lightning setting, explosion setting, fireworks setting, offers different pulse modes like bi-pulse, green-blue pulse, red-green pulse. It does have a blue-red pulse. It does have a blue-red pulse, but it's so close to the police that I'm not going to show an example of that. Rainbow pulse. It has different strobe modes for a lot of different colors, and it also has the fade modes for a lot of different colors as well as the rainbow. On top of the different creative modes that the Savage Light offers, you are also able to use the application to be able to remotely control it as well. So if we put the ANDYCINE aside for a moment, we turn on the Savage Light. We turn on the Savage Light, we go to our cell phones, we go to the Savage app. Let's see if it'll automatically connect here. Oh, look at that. So it does automatically connect to the application and allow you to pick your color accordingly, which is nice. It does have presets down here. It is a quick connection. I don't see much delay there, which is great. You can adjust brightness. You can also, from here, it looks like you can choose the Kelvin temperature, which is great, or 32, 55, 50%, but other than that, it doesn't look like it lets you pick a specific Kelvin number, so if you are familiar with that, that is something to keep in mind. Otherwise, you'll just have to kind of go by your eyes. It does, you can make it go to music from your phone, which is kind of fun. You can change the fades or the patterns, the speed that you want it to go at. So it is highly customizable. While the ANDYCINE here is going to offer you just a few of these. It's going to show you a slow white strobe, a fast white strobe, a slow rainbow and a fast rainbow fade, police, blue and white pulse, and a red and white pulse. If you're going to be a videographer and you're wanting to capture all of these scenarios perfectly of someone watching a campfire or something like that, then maybe it's worth spending twice the money. But personally, I just want an RGB light to enhance some of my products, to maybe do long exposures of, with that rainbow fade idea. Some of those presets may be helpful, but overall for photography, I'm really not going to use as much as what the Savage is putting out. And honestly, I'd rather have more power. I'd rather have a brighter light, so I don't have to go so close of a distance to my subject than I would have with the Savage. So for me, The fact that this is such a good build quality, the fact that it's brighter, the fact that it's pretty simplistic and there's not menus that I have to dig into. This guy is going to be a pretty big winner for me. When it comes down to it, it's really just going to be preference for you. But me personally, I like the simplicity of the ANDYCINE for the price that you pay for when you're just needing something to throw in your bag when you need it. But if you're a videographer and you want more options, you want more customization, go for the Savage option. You know, they have good support. Either of these is going to be a good brand for you, but ANDYCINE is, I think, going to be a winner for me. If you guys have any questions, please leave a comment below. I'd be happy to answer any of those for you. If you have a product that you would like to see reviewed or compared to a name brand, please also let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Keep your eye out for inspiration, Shutterbugs. Bye.